Welcome to Empowered by Iron, the podcast for female strength athletes by female strength athletes. We are your hosts, Dr. Kristen Lander from Fiercely Fueled Nutrition Coaching and Mary Morton, PhD candidate and weightlifter. Together, we are Empowered by Iron. If you haven't already heard, Empowered by Iron has created a 16-week online guided course all about teaching you how to eat for strength. What is this course? It's an online guided course focused on teaching you how to fuel your body for your strength goals. Additionally, this course will help teach you how to honor and accept where you currently are and how to mentally prepare yourself for moving forward. This course will be taught by both Kristen and I, who together have over 16 years of experience in the industry, and Kristen having 8+ years in nutrition coaching. What this is not is a cut, a bulk, or a quick fix. This is not a guide to lose weight. Who is it for? Any female strength athlete who is in the market for some serious strength gains. Registration begins on May 1st, so it's already open, and will close on May 13th. The course begins on May 14th. The course costs $150 for the 16 weeks. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot us a DM on Instagram, or you can email us at empoweredbyiron@gmail.com. All right, enjoy Stacy Bama Burr. Dude, what the fuck happened to you?
Honestly, I really couldn't even begin to tell you I've started feeling kind of bad, but it was like, okay, Stacy, you're kind of getting sick, but you can treat it kind of thing. So I just usually handle it, and then it all is well. I fixed the problem, it's good. And so I hadn't had an appetite. I just hadn't felt like myself, and my stomach was starting to hurt. And I was just like, I'm just being a punk. Well, and I told Jill, and Jill knows, I don't normally complain about anything. And she's like, it's probably just a stomach ache. You're going to be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. So Friday, I think I started I told Jill all throughout the day I couldn't eat. And I was just like, man, I can't, because I normally eat 4 or 5 meals a day, very regimented. And I just couldn't eat. For me to say I couldn't do something that's I'm about to die. So I started just violently throwing up uncontrollably both ways. And I hadn't eaten anything. And so it was just bile. It was just, and I couldn't stop. Jill drove me to the hospital and stuff. She drove me to the hospital. I was throwing up in the car, and then it just escalated from there. I got there, checked in. I'm pouring sweat because I'm seriously normally you go to the ER and you're okay, I kind of was sick, but I'm chilled out now. It's kind of a medium on a 7 scale. No, I was still a 10. I feel like I'm about to die. And they could feel it. They were sweat rolling down. They're I don't know. But so they kept me and did all these tests and whatnot. And I don't have any kind of medical history because I don't go to the doctor. I don't have any history of anything. So they're well, we don't know what's wrong with you. We're going to run all these tests. So they ran all these tests. And then they came back, all this stuff was a little bit wrong. Mm-hmm. So there was nothing that was this is definitely why you're so sick. This is why, but we're going to try this, see what's up. And then they basically told me that, I think you, have some kind of, they said that I had a cyst that they thought ruptured because there was blood in my stomach. Oh. And so they found that on a CAT scan, but then it couldn't have been the cyst that ruptured that put the blood in my stomach because the cyst wasn't there's still a cyst in there, and if it had completely ruptured or something, it would have dissipated and been gone. It would just be blood, not a cyst and blood. So they ruled that out. My pancreas levels were kind of high, something about my white blood cell count, but they thought I had an attack of pancreatitis, which they still think that's part of it. But without me having much medical history, they don't know. And then they said I just had some kind of bad bacteria in my stomach, and I must have tried to get rid of it one way or another. And so the pancreatitis just led to something else.
Oh my God.
But they never could give me a pinpoint this is what it is. So they gave me a couple medicines and sent me home after they ran out of tests. So then I'm still not getting better. I'm not violently throwing up. I'm in the ER to start with, and like I'm like in that point that like I'm just trying to survive. I don't care about anything else but surviving at this point. Like I feel like I'm about to die. They gave me morphine like for my pain.
Yeah.
And it was the best thing in the world. I was chilling. I was actually not in pain, but then I just started like getting really hot and flushed and itchy. But I was I was like chilling. I was so like, I'm not in pain. I just laid there. And I was like, I feel so good, but man, I'm so itchy. And Jill's like halfway asleep over here because it's like really early. And I was like, hey, Jill. And she's like, what? And I was like, is something wrong with me? And she's like, oh my God. And so she went and got the nurse and brought him in there. And she's like, I think she might be having an allergic reaction to the morphine. And he was like, what? He came in, he's like, oh, and he was a really nice dude. He was like, oh, honey, I'll be right back. And I was like, am I gonna die? Like, I feel so good right now, but like I could die, that's fine. So he came in and gave me Benadryl, and they're like, so for his future reference, you are allergic to morphine. And so I was like, okay. Nice. I like was broken out in hives like from top to bottom. So whenever I saw all the other doctors after that, they were like, well, how long has this rash been here? I was like, today, like right now. That's you did this, like not me. But so anyways, like after my escapade at a hospital or whatever, and like since they never gave me like a exact answer, because I want to know why so I can fix it, it's at the end of the problem. Mm-hmm. Well, after they didn't tell me specifically, well, it was this that caused 100%. I was kind of like mad because that's how I am, and I was like, well, I'm just ready to go train. This is stupid, like because that like I didn't have to take a day off in between this. Like I took like 2 days. First, I was in the hospital, not doing anything, and then I text Sean. I was like, "I'm just ready to go train, dude. Like, I've been like rested up. They gave me fluids, so like I'm ready to go. Like, I was back in like I don't even want to be here. I'm just mad. Like, so I went home that night and stayed like at a house or whatever, and I still didn't feel good. Then the next day, I was like, Sean, I have to train. Like, I have to train. I'm just gonna sleep all day. I'm gonna eat what I can. And I have to train. Like I didn't. I told my clients, like I was like, I can't take anybody. I have to. The only thing that I have to do, and like right now, I have to be able to train because this is the big design plan. I have to train. And so I pretty much set everything up. Like I felt like dog crap, and I couldn't eat anything. I was still getting sick. I saw some shapes and some colors of poop and stuff that I have never. I took pictures of stuff and showed it to doctors. I was like, what is this? What is this? And like, because after that, I went back to like a primary care doctor so they could refer me to a gastroenterologist with all the other stuff still going on. Because like, obviously I wasn't better. And I wasn't just violently throwing up, but everything else, I was so fatigued. I couldn't do anything. Like I woke up, tried to eat something, slept, woke back up, tried to eat something, and waited till I felt the best to try to train. I didn't even go to church with my grandma on Sunday, like because like I couldn't get out the house. Like I could not physically go anywhere. I just didn't have the energy. But I did everything to try to train. And I did. Like my training sucked, but I did it. And like so anyways, then going back to the doctor and stuff, I was like, something's still wrong. Like it's, this is not something's still wrong. And so after I went back to him about 2-3 times, like, back to back, we're going to try this. Let's try this. Yep. I'm taking 8 medications, and I'm talking about, like, I don't take medicine. I hate medicine. I hate going to the doctor. I'm taking, like, 8 medicines, and the side effects of this medicine and this. And they figured out, like, I had, like, a C. diff bacterial infection.
Oh, my gosh.
Somehow it's related, but it's not related. I don't know if I got the C. diff from being in the ER for something else, or if like it had already manifested and I picked it up and then it just like surprise. But like that's what happened. Okay, so they treated me with a bunch of antibiotics for the C. diff, which were like really aggressive antibiotics.
C. diff is serious shit. It's
yeah. Like I didn't want to pretend like it wasn't, but like my body told me differently. And I've never felt like that before. Like I have never not been in like control. Like I didn't realize I'm a control freak until like I legit couldn't do anything. And so like, but I went to these doctor's appointments back to back, and then they sent me to a gastro like after that because like it took for like a week and a half that I like was my bowel habits, my eating, like I couldn't control it. Like I try to go eat something and be like out with Jill, like, cause that's something that seemed appealing. Like going out to eat seemed appealing, like versus me eating out. Like I just didn't have anything. And so like I'd go because I'd feel okay. And then I'd use the bathroom and they'd be like, that's the end of that. Like game over. Good try though. And so I was just like so frustrated. I was so frustrated. I ended up going to the gastro, like while I'm recovering from the C. diff stuff, whatever. Like this is tapering off, but they wanted to see me about everything else, like problem number 74 on the, scale over here.
Yep.
And so saw the gastro, and he like does all this stuff, and he's like, "Well, you know what I think's stupid?" He's like, "You have a ileus, a blockage or something on my small bowel somewhere in my stomach." And they never said anything about that in the ER. They never said because that was just a side note problem. Like that wasn't the problem like that I was experiencing.
That wasn't like problem 51.
Yeah, that was just like something else. And I was like, oh great. Okay. What's wrong with that? And he's like, well, I don't think that was like the main problem, but you need to go get a colonoscopy. You need to get seen about because you could have ulcers and you could have because like, I honestly figured it out. Like nobody's told me any of this. No doctor has put this together for me. But like this is where I wanted to talk to you guys, but I wanted to like talk, like because I realized a whole bunch of stuff. Because okay, I went to the stomach doctor and they were like, well, whatever's still going on with the C. diff, with the bacteria, with what blah 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 blah. Because like my vision has been kind of hit or miss. Like my eyesight's very blurry. I couldn't make this up. Like that was actually my biggest concern. Like I told like my primary doctor, I told him, I was like, I can take a pill if I want to stop using the bathroom. I can kind of control that, but like I didn't go anywhere. Like I couldn't drive myself anywhere. Jill took me places because like my vision just wasn't like, I was blurry. Like I couldn't see much. And like people, like nobody, all these weird, stupid things that shouldn't really start to work with each other. Like people have said, like on Reddit forum, blah, blah, the C. diff can cause vision problems to occur because blah, 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 like just how the bacteria works or whatever. But like no clear pinpoint, like this is definitely it. And then, so when I went to the stomach doctor and he found this other stuff and I was just like, great. And he was like, but it could be that, but since you're still experiencing problems, he's like, I really think there might be something else. Like, and I was just like, this is wonderful. This is just. Meanwhile, in a parallel universe, I am the strongest woman in the world. I have literally, nobody even understands, I have dedicated the entire past year of my life to training for the US Open. Like when I saw you guys, like the first time I ever saw you, like, what's the next plan? I'm competing in the US Open. Like that's what I'm going to do. That has been the plan all along. Like my plan. And like everything that I've done has been to go to the US Open to win. And then so here's this life curveball, like everything just is going to go wrong all at once, like outside of my control. And then I was like, that's the problem. It's not outside of my control. I think that like, honestly, I put so much stress on myself and put like, I take care of people and that's my job. Like I love taking care of people, but then sometimes like I neglect myself. Like I neglect myself while I'm taking care of so many other people.
Yeah.
Like every day since I lost the US Open last year, every day I have approached each training session with 150% intensity. There hasn't been a day that I've been like, oh, I think I'm just going to go easy today. I'm just going to have a normal person day and I'm going to go to the gym and have fun. Like that hasn't really been my approach. And then finally, like, this, like, I don't know if I can, like, I think God just was telling me to slow down. I think I was being told to slow down because I wasn't going to do it myself. Mm-hmm. And I needed something to slow me down. And, like, it really, really, I only came to this because while I was fighting this imaginary heart battle in my, like, soul that I didn't even know I was fighting, I would go to the gym after I'd been, like, when I was, like, so sick and, like, I can't half see, like Jill's putting plates on for me and I'm like, I cannot even focus on anything. I sat there and I was like on the bench. I remember like I did it every time just about, but I was like, I can't do this. Like I cannot do this. I physically can't do this anymore. And I'd start crying. I'd get upset, but I did. And like, Jill would be like, yes, you can. Like you're going to. And like, it's like when I said out loud, like, I can't do it, it's not like it even really was the truth. Like, I know that there's not even doubt can never even enter the equation because I'm going to. Like, I'm going to. And so if you make that connection that you are going to do something, you really will. And like, no, I'm not telling people to go train like when they're dying sick, because obviously I'm an extremist over here, but like what my thought process and everything, it makes sense to everybody. It's just, I went through the hardest test of like my complete integrity and character through this, and something that completely was really outside of my control. So I thought, but then I realized that you're always in control no matter what, because if I hadn't been, like, every training session, like every other training session, I'd throw up. Like, I'd push myself to the brink. I'd be on the ground throwing up. Like, it sounds ridiculous to anybody else, but like, I'm an all or nothing person. But so me getting sick after every workout, obviously that's wreaking havoc on, like, you know, my esophagus, any kind of thing, like any stomach acids I have, you know, like
Everything. Yeah.
that's probably not, to most people, that you tell a normal person that, they're like, that's not normal. But like, me being so disconnected with what normal is, honestly, like, kind of threw me for a loop, because I live in my own focus point, and sometimes you just gotta remember big scheme of things sometimes too. Like, I have been living my entire life to win the US Open, and then I advocate, so take care of yourself. You have to live your life. Like, you have to be everything. But then when I look back on myself, like, when you realize that you have the control, like, okay, no, I didn't get sick. I didn't like, hey, Stacy, I'm a voodoo jinx you. You're going to get sick and this is what's going to happen. But there are factors that led up to it, with me, with high stress, with high pressure, with me getting sick often, you know, me not like pushing myself so hard and not letting myself rest and recover as much as I needed to. That could have been controlled by me. So would I have not gotten C. diff, or would I have not? No, there was probably a big scheme plan, but like, it happened how it was supposed to happen. And I was just being reminded I needed to slow down. And so like, I still don't even feel like 150%, like I'm 149, but like, I'm still recovered a little bit, but like, and I've been mentally discombobulated though, because like those nights that I'd push through training, I'd sit there, and there was one set where my coach Sean, he knows I'm like a champion. He knows that I think coaching me is probably the most mentally taxing thing for him, because like, there isn't a limit. Like, there has to be a limit, but for me, there's not a limit. So he has to place these limits on me, and I'm like a rabid animal. So anytime I do anything, even if it's by the plan, I don't feel satisfied. And sometimes I'm about to drop all these keys along, but sometimes you just got to be satisfied with like doing the work. Like, everybody now, you see social media, you see all this stuff. Like, while I was sick, like, I didn't get on social media and anything, because like, I really honestly, I didn't have the energy to get on social media. Like, my clients suffered, and they have been awesome with me, because my response times weren't as like quick. I couldn't even want to look at a phone. But like, even now, I'm not worried about anybody else's numbers or anything like that, because it really doesn't matter, because I didn't quit. I did the work. I put forth the effort with everything in me. And if I'm confident enough that I've done everything I can, I'm going to win. And I don't know. It's put a lot of things into perspective to me. And it's just crazy, because there was one night specifically where my recovery wasn't where it needed to be for me to hit like big, heavy numbers. And so Sean, he put it in there, and he was just a bunch of sets of like that moderate, like 80%. It was 10 sets of 3, close grip, with like 250 pounds on bench. And like, to me, that like, maybe to anybody else, I don't know, that's a bunch of work. Like, you know, I like singles, I like, you know, this fun stuff, but like, I wasn't capable and recovered enough to handle like singles and stuff and like really be working in my top end. So I just had to counterbalance that. And what Sean did was just give me a ton of work. But I remember unracking 225 that night. I remember unracking 225. I was in a bad mood, just because, you know, when you're sick and you're like, this is literally all I've been looking forward to, is going to the gym to train, because that is what I have to do. That's what's going to keep me going. But then you get there and you're like, man, life is just dragging me down. Like, everything weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. Like, but you have to push yourself beyond that, because I remember getting there that night and I didn't feel good. What's new? So I unracked 225 and I pushed it up, and Jill spotted me and I was like, there's no way. I was like, Jill, there's no way I can do 25 more pounds than this 10 times for 3 reps. I was like, there is no way. And what Jill's just learned to do is she just lets me talk out loud. Sometimes like there's no response to me. It's not like, oh, Stacy, like, yes, there is. Like, you can do it. Because then I'll get mad and be like, what'd you say? Can you do this? Like, so it's a very, like, the line is kind of, so she'll just let me talk, because the more I sit here and I sit there and I was like, I said out loud, I can't do this, then I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear it. And like, I normally say for my people, I say never self-talk and say anything of doubt. So when I hear myself and I was like, Stacy, there's no way you can do this. And I'm like, wrong. That's where you're wrong. Like that's where you're wrong. Like, because when I said it out loud, I was like, wow, that is a cop-out. Like, that is a cop-out. And then you just sit there and like, if you let the doubt, like if you let it in for like 1 second, it's just going to go wild. It's like a rampage. Like if you let the doubt in,
it's like
for 1 second. Yeah. If you open up the door, it's just you're going to go blind. You don't know if you're going to wake up. Like I don't even know what to tell you. Like, but like, so if you let doubt, just let it in like a little bit, it's just going to open all the way and just move in. Like, because the second I sat there and, it was like, I can't do this. I was like, you're sick, you're tired, you physically have no energy, you haven't like been able to like to even be yourself, like you blah blah blah. And it was like, wrong. That's what a normal person would say. That's what somebody that's not me would say. I was like, let's just take the water and just get this out right now, because I'm about to do this. Like redirected that night. And like, see, when you think about this, 10 sets of 3 plus a bunch of other sets of this, a bunch of other sets of that, a bunch of, that's going to take a lot of time also. So it's like, I have to physically save all my energy to be there, but then it's going to take me 4 hours of hard. A lot of people have like a level of like the amount of hard that they can like handle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you can handle hard for like, a couple minutes sometimes, or like a couple, maybe like 30 minutes or maybe an hour tops, right? I was going to have to handle hard for about 4 hours. So you sit there and you think about it long term, and it's like daunting. But right then and there, when I told myself, I was like, no, you're going to do this. I just did it 1 set at a time. I sat there and like, it sounds like bullcrap. Like everything that I say sounds like I fabricated it in some kind of like, I just wrote it down and like tweaked it a little bit, but like, it's exactly how it happened, because this is how my brain works. And like, I sat there and I was like, I'm gonna do 1 set. I squeeze the bar. I did it. It moved. It didn't move well. It didn't move like easy squeezy, little peasy. I wasn't satisfied. I scoffed a little bit. I got up and I just walked around the gym and I said 9 more times. I came back. I did a lap. Jill saw the cue. She came over there, looked at me off. It sucked the nighttime. I put it down. I said 8 more times. And I just kept doing that. And like, I slowed down when I had to slow down, but I was like, finally, by the last time, like, it's like once I got across that 4 hurdle and I was already more than halfway, I was like, oh, I really am going to finish this. Like, because I didn't know if I was. Like, It was like, okay, I just got to keep going. And I did. And that really, for me, like, that was like part of where I like realized, like, you got to take the momentum back. Like, there's going to be all kind of stuff that happen. And like, they're going to take the momentum from you, because momentum is fun to roll with. And it's so easy to just give you, it goes right down the hill, right? Or it goes, climbing uphill is hard. Climbing uphill when there is no momentum, like, that's probably the hardest thing that you're going to have to do, because I'm my biggest motivator. And when my biggest motivator was like down for the count, I had to dig somewhere deep that I didn't even know if I had it in me. And I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
And like, honestly, it's the coolest thing, because like, I'm going to the Open and nobody really understands this, but like, I don't know what I'm capable of. I haven't really felt like, the most weight that I've squatted this entire prep was the other night. And I had a mental breakdown, because I was like, Sean, I haven't had 500 pounds on my back. Like, I haven't even had it on my back since last year. All the stuff that I was working with was like less than that. Like, it was a copious amount of work, but it was less than that. So like, you haven't hit a PR in like a year. Like, you're okay, now I'm supposed to go over here and squat 600 pounds. Like, that's what's going to happen? Like, okay, so I've never put 500 on my back this entire prep, but I have to trust myself that I've done this, okay, I'm still a girl. And I'm just like, Sean had to calm me down and was like, just trust it. And so I trusted it. And then the other night, oh, I'm cooking with grease. And like, I think that really, when I decided to get my head out of my butt and just be my own motivation again and really bring myself, like, stuff's going to happen. I still don't feel that awesome, whatever, but I'm going to handle it. I rescheduled my colonoscopy and my EGD and stuff. I rescheduled it till after the Open. So they tried to plan it like last week. And I was like, you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. If I go there, my guts explode. Cool. That's cool. As long as you put my total on my tombstone. But I think
Bama.
I think I pray enough that God's not going to let me go down like that. But, it's going to be really cool because I really don't know what I've built. Like, and for most people, they need numbers, they need a limitation. I am going to go there and like, as long as everything goes as planned and I execute, I'm going to have a really good day. I really don't know what the end result is. Like, I don't know what is the capability. And so everybody's wanting me to shoot these numbers and stuff. And I really don't know. And it's going to be the coolest thing because you're going to be just as surprised as me. So I don't know. It's going to be good. And just going through this like entire whatever kind of manifestation it was really is probably bad for my competitors because like I'm back and I'm better than ever. And as long as I can see, as long as my heart is beating, and if everything's even a little bit blurry, but as long as my heart is still beating, like I'm gonna do something crazy. And it doesn't even matter in terms of numbers or on the weight on the bar. I'm about to show everyone what happens if you don't give up. And so like, it doesn't even matter. Sure, I'm going to walk home with $40,000. That's been my plan all along. And that's going to be my affirmation to myself. But all the stuff that I've posted on Instagram, really, like, I kind of thought about it. I haven't shown a lot of my training because I haven't been like super impressed with it myself. Like, it's just been a bunch of work. And so the numbers aren't like highlight reels or anything. And I wanted to keep some to myself. So like, I'm a competitor, I'm an athlete, I'm kind of holding my ace in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the people that have followed me, like I put 497, I squatted 497 the other night for a very fast single. And like, you couldn't even see all the plates all the way out. Like, but like, a lot of times trolls on Instagram would be like, oh, fake plates. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, it's not real.
She didn't even hit depth. So.
That wasn't even, but like I posted it and said something about it and nobody even questioned it. Like it could have been 315 on the bar and I squatted it and we pretend like that's 497, but it's like I posted it and nobody even questioned it. So the people that like I'm attracting is really what I'm looking for to do, because it's about more than powerlifting. Mm-hmm. It's about more than the iron. It's about more than the weight on the bar. It's about yourself, and it's about what the journey is for you, because through this journey and this craziness and the chaos that I am the champion and I want this more than anything in the world. So we have this, distorted, giant, motivational route. But like, it was through all the bad things and all the setbacks and all of everything else that I got through my training. And training is really my only way that I really hopped over the hurdle. Like I got tested and, I was getting pushed. And it's like that edge point where you think you might go over if you just don't like stand up for yourself. But I kept pushing back and I did all 10 sets. I kept pushing back and I didn't back off. Whether the weight was what I wanted it to be or it moved as good as it was supposed to, that let me know that I was going to be able to keep going. Like, as long as I physically could, by some means, by any way necessary, going to train, doing the work, it's really what kept me sane and kept me through and really brought me back on the other side that like, hey, everything's going to be okay. And I'm going to show the world what happens if you really don't give up. Like, we can all have excuses. We all do have excuses. Like, stuff happens all the time.
Mhm.
But what matters is what you do with it. Like, what matters, like, if you just, something bad happens, oh, I'm calling it quits, guys. Like, it's so easy to do that. It's not easy to say, all right, what's next? And it's not easy to do that, because then when you say what's next, then every time as the like occasion raises, as the biggest thing that you're ever going to do, when it gets more and more important to you, the challenges are going to get bigger.
Yep.
Mhm.
So what did I expect? I expected to do the coolest thing that I think I've ever done, reach the most amount of people with something really special. I thought that was going to be easy. I thought I was just going to train for my entire life and just cut off humanity and just train. And that was going to be the only thing holding me back, was like, that's it. No, like I'm an idiot for thinking that, because I knew there was going to have to be something. Because there always is, and there always is. If there's not something holding you back or some kind of problems that happen, it's not going to mean anything to you.
Yep.
I had to lose this in order to win this. I lost it last year and said I wasn't going to lose it again. I'm not going to lose. I was tested and tested. Take it however you want to, but like, if you come out on the other side of the test, you're going to be all right. And like, that's what Empowered by Iron is.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
That's what it is. Like, it's not about the numbers on the bar or what state record it is. Like, I don't even care. I don't even care about the records. I don't even care about any of it. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I just know that it's going to be everything I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think that when we get challenged like that, and then we're forced to test ourselves and see what we're made of. Like, sounds like that was just a really good reminder for you of who you are.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt. And when you figure out like that you're bad enough to handle everything that just happened to you, and I'm still a couple ways out, so I'm ready. Like, I'm still in ninja mode. Like, I am waiting on the next, but I know that whatever it is, I'm gonna handle it. Like, so I don't know, when you realize that like you are always in control too of your situation and your circumstance, like you circumstances happen, but you're in control of what you do with them.
Yep. Yep.
The limit. Yeah. There is no limit. The limit does not exist.
The limit does not exist. And just like you said, Empowered by Iron, that's what we're about. It's taking the lessons. Your lesson just happens to be what you do in the gym directly correlates to your successes in life. But for us, it's, whatever I lift, it doesn't matter, because, maybe my successes are outside of that. But the principles applied to showing up every goddamn day and doing the work, that's what this is all about.
Yep.
So are you at least taking it easy now? Or like taking care of yourself?
Kinda. Like, I kinda had to be forced to. That's why I just got back from like a body work like session, like a massage. And like, I honestly, there's not a ton of people around here in my area because I'm in La La Land out here. But like, I was like, I hate going to get a massage, and they're always like, oh, don't let me go too deep on you. And I'm like, hit me with it. And then they like act like little cats needing, and I'm like, why did I waste my time on this? But this chick actually took really good care of me. And so like, she was like, wow, have you ever had a massage? And I'm like, basically no. So I'm sorry, but like, I'm trying to do things, like everything I can do for my recovery. Like, I'm putting Bama first. I'm trying to get everything, like everything now is all about recovery. Like, I crossed the hurdle. The work is already done. And like, usually in the last 3 weeks, you don't do a ton of stuff like wild and crazy. All the wild and crazy is already done. The work's already done. So now I just have to recover. So I cut the grass the other day for the first time. It's summertime, so you get to the hot. So I cut the grass. I took it a little bit easy today. I kind of chilled. So I'm just taking it day by day. Cause like some days I wake up and like, still I like am not 100%, but I'm like 49% here. So I'm just like, it's going to balance out. But I promise I'm not like being insane, just like a little bit.
Good.
You're just practicing a little bit more self-care than usual.
Yeah, I actually have been putting on wrinkle cream too. You know what? I've been put on wrinkle cream because I was like, you know what? Like, I need to take better care of myself. I'm gonna get massages, and I'm gonna put on wrinkle cream because, like, I'm too animated for my own good. And so I was like, you're gonna probably do this for a while, so let's go ahead and just take it down a notch.
But are you eating vegetables, Bama?
Oh, dude, I had asparagus yesterday. I did.
I'm proud of you.
So
I'll tell you the trick that I'm teaching myself. Like, I have to eat the vegetable first. See, that's part of my problem. See, 'cause, like, that's one of the elements I could have controlled better because all I eat is meat and rice and acid, and I don't have any fiber in my diet. So, like, I'm doing better, but I have to eat the vegetable first because I'm like,
there you
okay.
go.
I hate this. Let me get it out of the way, and so I can enjoy my meal. Like, this is just a task that I have to accomplish first before I actually enjoy my meal. So I'm, whatever I got to do, I'm actually trying to eat green stuff. So
they make like green powder you can mix in a drink that tastes
like
good.
terrible.
You can
No. She needs the fiber though.
Yeah, but they can at least get greens as well.
Doctor here, you need the fiber.
I told Jill, I was like, all right, so here's the deal. I was like, figure out a way to make me a smoothie that like just tastes like edible, but like make it taste edible and just put it in front of me and say drink it. Like I don't need to know what's in it. Like if you tell me there's kale and flaxseed and all this like and blah blah blah, blah and all these blah, like don't tell me. I just drink it. Tell me what's in front. Drink it, and I'll be good to go. But so, I mean, like I have been eating vegetables. I don't want us to have been, and I've been taking my fiber and trying to be a better human. Not just
very
a trash
proud
can.
of you.
I know, right? I'm telling you, the self-discovery thing. Like I'm not thrilled by the vegetable part of it, but I'm like, okay, I don't really.
It gets easier with time.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say I might end up liking these things or something, but
you will.
Change my mind.
Smother it in cheese. You're fine.
Well, but no, see, like I can't do that. I have to eat just the vegetables, and like you put it in cheese, and I'm like, okay, this is defeating the point. Like, so I have to find a vegetable that tastes good by itself.
You'll find them.
I'm trying to think of ones that I like eating by themselves.
Brussels sprouts.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're amazing. If you cook them right, roast them, they're tasty.
I like mushrooms. Roasted mushrooms.
See, those are like so slimy.
Yeah,
I'm with
you.
You are such a child.
No, I'm with her. I don't like unless they're on a steak.
I don't even eat
if they're raw in a salad. They're right.
To me, like a doctor, like we were talking and stuff. I was like, I could probably eat some salads, right? And I'm like, but to me, a salad is like the lettuce at the bottom. It's like just the bottom base part that you have to put in there. It's just meat, like bacon bits and cheese, and then like some dressing. Like, so I just want the bacon and like some ham, turkey, and then the lettuce. I'm not really eating salad. I'm eating bacon and cheese. Right. Kind of defeats the point.
She throws out the lettuce.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to use this lettuce to sop up get my bacon. It's my scoop.
That's awesome. Hey, you said a while ago that you're always taking care of everyone else.
Yeah.
And, we have a saying at Empowered by Iron, actually, Mary and I do, that you need to be careful what you ask Stacy for because she will literally give you the shirt off her back.
Yeah. We will be talking about things we want to do. We're like, oh, we can ask Stacy to do that. And we're like, we really need to think about what we ask her because we could tell her to go lay in front of train tracks and just wait.
She's like, all right, just tell me when to get up.
Okay. I mean, if that's what you want me to do, I don't know. Like, see, that's my problem because like, if I can improve it, I want to be able to do it. And like, I'm so sad. I was like, I want to talk. Like, I've had this epiphany, and I was like, I want to talk to them, but they don't want to talk to me. They don't ever ask me for anything because I feel like I'm not doing enough. Like, I don't know. And honestly, at the meet, I was upset at Arnold because I didn't get to hang out with you guys because like we were like physically working, and I didn't realize quite what that meant. But,
like, wait, can we just go back for a minute because that was your first time at the Arnold, right?
Yes,
and it was ours too, and we were just like, "What? That just happened?" It was crazy.
There's so many people, and like, don't get me wrong, I love people, and I think I exhausted so much energy because I was like, hey, I love you, because so many people were talking to me, I was like a zombie by the end of the day. And then like, I was like, we get 1 30-minute lunch break, Nick. Like, and you felt bad, like going to take lunch. Cause like some of them girls, like they didn't like get to do anything. And I was like, this is harder than what I didn't think this through, but I don't know. But then like, so I didn't get to hang out with you guys then, or like see you at your meet. And then, but then I was like, oh, when we go to Charleston, when we go to the meet, I was like, it's going to be so much fun. I was like, I'm going to hang out with them. I was like, I'm going to cheer. I was like, oh, I'm so excited. Like, that's what I loved. Like, that's my favorite thing is being at meets and just like cheering and taking care of people. But like, that was like, I got sick that Friday before. And like, so I told Jill, I was like, I've got to go to the meet. And I was so sick. She was like, no. I was like, I have to go to the meet. And she's like, how? And I was like, I don't know, Jill, but I've never let anyone, like, it's the first time I like feel like I've let someone down because like I
let us down.
Well, not even just you guys, but like you guys, because I wanted to be there and I wanted to support you guys. But like I had like 2 lifters that competed and like I like was like had them set up and I was going to be there and take care of them. And then I couldn't do it. And like, so that's the first time that I've ever felt like I like, and like beyond my like really control, but like I've ever let someone down and it broke my heart. And then, but the cool thing is Trisha that you guys interviewed, that's my girl.
We love Trisha.
And like, I texted her immediately. I was like, Trisha, I was like, cause she was going and I was like, I'm going to tell you, like, Trisha's never really like handled like people like that before and made like really good, like just like a coach, but like, you know, she can handle friends, but like, I asked her, I was like, can you help me? Can you help make him make the counts and these decisions? And she was like, absolutely 100%. She didn't even think twice about it. Like she just did it and like took like, and see, that's what, like, I have created like the little family that I was looking to create and just like expanding out because like, that's what you do. You have each other's back. And like Trisha handled what like my clients that one of them, she didn't even know, like, she was just like, yeah, he was your guy. So I took care of him. And it's like, that's what the whole thing is about anyway, too, is like just everybody looking out for each other. And like, I was so upset I wasn't there, but I was really proud. That Trisha like really just came out of her shell a little bit and like really saw that she had the potential to do something like that.
She did an awesome job. I watched her handle those guys. She did awesome. Like, I'm
so stoked. Like, I'm really just like, it made me so proud that like, obviously I was not happy with like where I was and being in the hospital and having my blood drawn 100 times. But I was really proud that it happened like that. Everything was fine. See, because like my thing is like I get so worked up. I'm like, if I don't personally do it, everything's not gonna go how I want it. But if I just help create better people, better leaders, better like if I help create more of the people that think like me and have that positive outlook and really would do like give you the shirt off their back, because that's what like we all need. Like, why do we act surprised when somebody gives you something the shirt off their back? Why do we act surprised whenever somebody that could easily do something for you does? Why are we surprised by that? But like I've realized that like if I help create more people like that, then everything will be fine. Like at least everything's in some reach of mine. So I just have to take over the world so I can completely just make the world a better place, you know?
You do, though. You have this group of people. Like, basically, I feel like everyone you're associated with just is, I've never seen the level of support of this family.
You're gonna make me cry.
Before.
You're gonna make me cry.
No, it's amazing. Mary and I were talking about it after my meet. Like, just, I feel like everyone that's associated with you just brings things to another level and is like not just there for each other, but like to a level that I've never seen before. It is amazing. It is, and you created that. Like you're such an amazing leader, and that's just a testament to the type of person you are.
See diff or not, man.
That's right.
See diff or bust, dude. I mean, like it's just man, that hearing that out loud, like I do what needs to be done. Like I didn't want to turn this into a conversation about me. Like I wanted,
but we did.
You sneaky snakes. But like I really want to like genuinely help like whether it's powerlifting, like whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's like just going to the gym training, like whatever, I want people to all just realize like what it's all about. Because once you really realize like it's not about weights and numbers and stuff, it's about the discipline, it's about the mindset, it's about just really genuine improvement. And if you create more people that are looking to genuinely improve themselves, their habits, they're going to help the people around them. So they're going to influence other people. So if you teach these good habits, like you have to be the change. Like that's one of the things like in high school that like I said kind of thing. And like I just thought about, but like then I manifested it because of the things that I think, the things that I've always thought, I became the manifestation of it to make it fit what I like really wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And my other favorite quote was like, it was by a football coach. It was, I've never known anyone to accomplish anything without like overcoming adversity. That was on my wall in my closet at my house growing up. Like I printed it out and put it on there. And some of these things, like what you feed yourself and what you feed yourself, that's what you're going to create. That's what you're going to reflect. So what I feed myself, I have to make sure I'm feeding to my clients. I have to feed to all the people around me. My goal is if you are in some way associated with me or have any kind of contact with me, and like I've never said this really out loud, but like it's how I feel like if anybody comes in contact with me, I want you to have a really hard time not liking me, but I want to improve your life. Like I want to have some reason for some kind of instance, whether it's you think you can go quit your job and just become successful for yourself, like because you can, because hey, here I am. Or if it's like, if you just need to know that you don't have to give up, whether it's like searching for your job or like I teach things rather than put numbers on a bar 3 by 10 that I coach people. And that's why like people get alarmed sometimes. Like I respond to emails and I'm like, hey, I can't take on any more clients and I'm at my capacity of people that I can accurately handle. And they're like, what? I don't understand. Stacy only has like a handful of clients. Well, yeah, because that's all I can honestly, right? Like I want to take care of people because if I can take care of these 10 clients right now, grow them into be better leaders and people. Like I'm trying right now to convince Trisha to pursue like coaching, to pursue expanding because she became a personal trainer. And I'm not saying that's like the plan for everybody, but like she became a personal trainer. She liked kind of how she was able to help people. So if I can take these 10 people, make them 10 better people, they're going to teach 10 more people and then 10 more people and then 10 more people. And so it's all about the quality of just your relationships and what you're trying to do. And wow, I talk a lot, but that's really just how it is for me, and like creating Bama Burr Squad, it's really something that just happened. And I decided to put a title on or a label on it and like hashtag, the family, because that's what it is, because the better people will always gravitate towards each other and they will continually improve everything around them. And so here we are. So that like when I heard you guys say, or you commented on something one time and you're like, we really are talking, it was like, we really wanted to quit and think about giving up on the podcast. But then we met Stacy and I'm like, I read things, I see things, and I emotionally deeply connect to it, whether you meant it or not. Like, and I read that and it really, I was like, I'm doing what I need to do. Like I'm doing what I need to do, like that's what I want to do. And when I have clients like throughout the day, just like when I'm having a hard time, like my clients, like I didn't get to take as good a care of them. And like they knew, but they all knew and they all kind of like really banded together to help each other while I was sick. Like they helped take care of each other if they needed something, like, and it was just so cool. And I'd get text messages just being like, hey, just want you to know that I'm really happy to be a part of your team and what you stand for. And just that you are actually leading by example, because they knew I was still training. They knew I was having they knew that I was having a hard time. And like, they just send me little reminders and stuff. And like, I don't know. It's the people that you like have around you. You have to, if they're not the kind of people you like should be around, you need to figure out if you can teach them, or if not, you need to get rid of them. Because like if you can't create good people around you that are going to help you, then do you know they might need some more time? They might need some more experiences before you can help them, or for you might not be the person to help them. But I don't know, when I see people or people talk about just being positively affected by me. I remember writing, like, I think when I graduated from high school, I always wanted to do a ton of stuff. Like, I thought I wanted to be a writer at one point. I thought I wanted to be like a sports announcer. I thought I wanted to be a firefighter. Like, I've always been like a bunch of different stuff because like I just have so many personalities and just it is what it is. But the one thing I remember writing and saying, it was like, what is your goal? Like, what is your vision? And I said I wanted to change one person's life. I just wanted to be able for somebody to say that their life was changed in a positive way because of me. And to hear you guys say that or write that, and then other people to say that, like on a little bit like like I got a message the other day, and I'm not even like a kid person. I don't like kids, but they messaged me and they were like, I just really appreciate like the person that you are and that you were just so genuine and authentic. You just radiate just determination and everything. And they were like, and said just like for me being myself, like being out in the community and just not caring everything. They said, I want my daughter who's going to be born in I think August. He's like, I want her to grow up and be like you. And she will have a Bama Burr poster by her crib. And it wasn't creepy. Like the way I said it, like sounds kind of creepy maybe, but like it was very well written. I'm just a basket case, but I read it and I sat there and thought like this person took the time out of his day to message me this, like not only just to message me this, but to message me this and actually mean it. Like,
yeah,
the goal was to change one person's life, like one person. Like I wanted one person to be like, you know what? I'm so glad I met Stacy. Like I'm a better person. And now I just want to know how many. Like I want to get them all. Like I want to know how many. And like I don't really know what the next move is. I don't know what the next plan is, but I'm really excited because I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm gonna figure out a way to really just reach as many people as I can. It doesn't even have to be in a powerlifting specific like angle or whatever. It's like this is what's led me to where I am. And so it's part of the journey. And that's really, I don't know, going through this has put me in the best, most clear mental state that I think I've ever really been in. And sometimes you got to focus on less of the details, but more of the details. Like everything that seems so daunting or whatever, right in, it's just everything's gonna play out and you just gotta trust it. And so I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so glad I met you guys, and I'm so glad that like I'm like even distantly like any kind of networking with you guys, like anything you guys needed me to do, you know, I'd do it. Like I'm just so glad that like you guys are doing better. Like you guys are doing better because maybe I told you not to quit. Like maybe. And like I just love seeing
fact.
That.
I mean that's fact. Like we literally the week before we interviewed you, we were like, we don't even have it anymore. We just don't feel it. Why are we even doing this? And we're like, all right, well, we'll just interview this girl and then we'll kind of assess after that. And you were like, oh my gosh, this is so great. Let's meet for Chipotle. Let's hang out. Let's be friends. And we were like, whoa. She likes, okay, maybe we're doing something right. Maybe this is okay.
Yeah. She's a little much, isn't she? Huh? Yeah. Like,
no, you
started that.
So for I think we've talked about this a little on the podcast before, and I don't like to harp on it because it sounds like we're complainers, and we're certainly not. But podcasting, we did not know what we are getting into, and podcasting is so much harder than what we expected. And like growing a following and reaching people and getting our message out there, it's really hard and it's exhausting, and it costs us money. You know, we don't actually make money; it costs us money, and we were just kind of burnt out by the time we met you, and we're like, well, you know. We don't know if we're going to do this anymore, but let's meet Stacy. She seems cool. And then we walked away from that lunch with you, and like you genuinely believed in us, in our mission, and at a time when
that's all we needed,
super necessary. And we just, because we like lost the belief in ourselves for a short time. And that was having you believe in us again was amazing. And it has sparked this whole, I don't know, like revamping of Empowered by Iron. And now we're able to, I think, be really clear on our mission and our message to people and get that out to people. And we are getting messages from people like, you guys have changed my life, or just thank you so much for talking about this topic or that topic. And I really needed to hear that. And it's like this, like Stacy Burr is at this epicenter of all this like positivity in the world. And I just, it's like this domino effect. It's amazing.
That honestly makes me so happy, because that's the name of the game. Like, I was talking to a guy and he was trying to like set up a seminar or something, and he was like, what's like your end game? Like, how much money do you want to make from it? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I really honestly don't care. Like, don't make me have to pay for my gas or something. Like, I want to reach as many people. He's like, so you want to get more clients? And I'm like, at the time, like, which is all the time, I'm never taking on any more clients because I always have them. Like, they don't go anywhere, guys. Like, they stay.
Why would they?
I mean, but he was like, so that's what you want to do. I was like, I want to have as many people in here as like you possibly can that I can talk to and adequately talk to. And he was like, okay, all right. Like, but that's really my goal. And I mean, hey, whatever, like, cause you know what? Podcasting might not make you any money right now. It might cost you X number of dollars a month. Oh, well, guess what? One day, doing it for long enough, reaching the right amount of people, yep. One day it's going to lead you to something that's going to figure out a way to make it work. Because if you continually put forth the effort, it's going to work because you're going to make it work. Because you, this whole center, powerful being, you are in control of everything for the most part that happens to you. And sometimes, like, that's what a coach is, that's what a coach is. A coach is somebody that believes in you whenever you don't. So maybe I'm not a powerlifting coach. Maybe I'm a life coach. Maybe whatever. I don't really care, but I just want to positively infect like the most people. Like, that's what you got to do. You got to have somebody when you're down for the count, whenever there's no reason why this should work. There is no reason. Like, you have struck out the past 5 times you've gone on the bat. You are walking with your head down, and like if the game's on the line, it's up to you. And you already are defeated before you even walk into the batter's box. But then your coach looks at you and says, I know you can do this, and says, this is what you're going to do. Not, are you going to do this? Ask you. No, they tell you what you're going to do because they believe in you. And then because somebody else believed in you, you're going to do it because you're going to do it because somebody else sees something in you that like, well, crap, she knows if I've struck out 5 times, she knows that I'm not having a good night. But guess what? She knows that you have the capability to hit the home run, to walk off to the park. Like, they believe in you to do it, so you're going to do it. You now have the confidence, and that's all you needed all along, was somebody else to believe in you. Mm-hmm. And hey, if believing in people, if that's what I'm good at, guess what? If that's what can change the world, let's lift weights and get swole and go to the beach. But then, like, hey, let's just change the world. So you guys, it's up to you. You guys are in my mechanism because I touched you and you turned to gold. So guess what? Now you guys have the podcast. You have the outlet. So guess what? Everything that you guys say, keep it good. Keep it on the. Don't make me call you out on it. But you guys have to affect even more people, and you guys got the media for it. And some way, it's going to turn back around. It's going to bring you something good because it has to. That's how the world works. Like, it has to. And guess what? Right. If it doesn't, if we all end up going broke, at least we're happy. I mean, Come on. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen? I've got like 12 grand in debt, whatever, cool. But guess what? I'm just like so at peace with myself and everything. Yep. Obviously, we can pay bills back. We can write a check. We can put it on a credit card. Like, obviously not ideal. I'm super, super financial stickler. So that's not even me. But guess what? The worst thing that could possibly happen isn't that bad.
Right. Yep. Well, we're so glad that you're feeling better and that you're going to murder everyone at the US Open. What? Who said that?
It's not even about that anymore. It's just like it's not even about like against anyone either. Like it's like it never has been, but like it's even more not about anybody else because I'm just seeing how good I'm gonna do. Like
it's you against you.
And normally you hear like people that aren't very good say that kind of stuff. Like, oh, it's just me versus me. Like, no. It really is. Like, even at this elite level, like, you know, it's about to be me versus me because I just want to know how good I'm gonna do. Like, that's it. So I mean, if somebody else has their same day and how good they're gonna do is better than me, like. If you beat me, that's all clear with me. I'll shake your hand and we'll call it a day. But I know I'm not going to beat myself. So it's going to be, I'm so excited. You guys better get onto the live stream.
Oh, we are. We're going to get popcorn. We're going to watch the whole damn thing.
I still have videos on my phone from like my clients last year. They got together in like a little like setting, like they called each other and like watched it like together. And I have like some of the video recordings of like, that they sent to me of them watching me. And like, it's just really like, that's the kind of stuff to me that's just unreal. Like I watched it the other day. Cause like anytime I like get, like I just get any kind of like meh, I rewatch like a video that makes me like, reminds me what it's all about. Like I watched a video of them watching me, like when I unwrite my bench and they're like, let's go, Bama. Like they were like, right. Like they were there with me, but it was just to the TV. And then they were like, come on, press it. And like, I get it. And they're like screaming, like it's a super, like, and they were just like, I knew you could do it. And like, it's just like, I watched that video of them watching me. And it's like, so many people believe in me. Like I haven't put any weights on my captions, on my pictures, or nobody even knows what I've done for the past year. Nobody knows what I've done, but nobody's questioning this. That's why I know like this is the ultimate win for me, like as a person and everything, because we all know what I'm capable of. It's just how awesome it's going to be. And that's what we're all capable of in the big scheme of things. We just have to set ourselves up for it, that we are the utmost capable of anything. It's just how hard you're willing to work for it. And like, as long as you can keep to yourself, as long as you can stay where you know what you need, hey, if you improve yourself, everything else is going to fall into place. I was so excited. I was so excited. I have no idea what weight's going to happen. I don't even know. I hope I wake up and I hope my body feels good. And I hope I can really just have some fun. It's going to get wild, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
We're super excited to watch you, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, get the popcorn and just watch it. And I need some video recording of Mary. Yeah! Where the dogs in there too. So I have more friends.
We'll get the whole night for you.
So what is the date of the Open? What's the date? It's like middle of May, right?
May the 12th. I mean, yes. Like it's that weekend. It's okay. May the 12th.
So you guys make sure you watch the live stream.
Absolutely. It's for the Kern US Open, and it'll be me. You'll just need to worry about me. I mean, I'm just kidding. Actually, if we're going to insert a plug here, the Kern US Open is going to be held in San Diego, California, and it's going to be at the San Diego Convention Center. And it's going to be they're actually doing it as like an expo this year, which I completely am super detached from anyway. So I'm just going to walk to where I got to be and hang out there. But it's going to be a big expo. So anybody that likes fitness and stuff, you can go and you can watch me dominate. But, that's going to be where it's at. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
And if people want to follow you, if they haven't already started following you, where do they follow you?
They follow me. My name is Bama Burr, and that's at Bama Burr. That's me. But my government name is Stacy Burr. If you want to follow me on Facebook or something, but I really have about 500 friend requests in there because it just got scary. So. I'm not really on Facebook that much, but Instagram's where Instagram's where most of my stuff is, and you can follow my training page through Instagram usually, but that's Bama Brick Squad Training, and that is me. I'm the fearless leader. So,
awesome. All right. Well, if you guys want, definitely check in and watch her dominate the US Open, and stay tuned for what's Bama gonna do next.
In this episode of What Next for Bama?
All right. Awesome. Okay.